You cannot always go into every single interaction expecting that you're going to turn it into a deal. Often, more often than not, sitting down with a target demographic through some type of networking is what's going to lead to the better understanding of needs, the concerns of your community, the experiences that people are looking for you to have. Sometimes reviewing your target demographic is going to lead you to learning something new about another housing development coming online, different skills that are being requested by your community, or the technologies that are coming up that you need to pursue knowledge in so that you get really good at valuing these techs for the expansion of the knowledge of the people that you're talking to. The key to successful real estate networking is simply understanding that as you network, your sphere of influence expands. So do the opportunities that come with it. While you're doing all of this, you need to actually listen. We've all met that person who asks a question and then immediately loses focus while you answer it. Their eyes stray, they scan the room, they're looking for someone more important or more interesting to talk to. Don't be that person. When you ask a question, listen to the answer, and I mean the complete answer. This goes beyond good manners. It's important for successful networking in real estate. You never know how that casual conversation is going to lead to something else. And if someone drops a hint that they have a real estate need, you're going to want to be right there to pick it up. Be prepared with a couple of good questions, too. It's easy to zone out if you're asking a lot of boring questions or you're starting just random conversations to break the ice. Remind yourself of what you're trying to accomplish. And by making these connections, you need to ensure your questions get to the heart of what your needs are as a realtor. What do you think has been your secret to success? What do you do? Imagine what their answer might reveal. You'll immediately get insight into their experience, but more importantly, their values. Their answer is going to tell you who they are and a general proportion of what's important to them. It's kind of the information that would ultimately become invaluable if you eventually deliver a listing presentation to this person. So capture everything and make it a part of the personality profile that you're building on the person you're talking to. Of course, it's going to depend on the networking situation, but there are some questions that just go beyond the basics. Hey, how do you spend your time? What do you do for fun? Have you had positive experiences with realtors in this area? What are the greatest lessons you've learned? What's something you've done that I should go do? And how can someone like me provide value to you in my industry? Going a little further, don't be afraid to ask for help. While we're often in a position to offer help, sometimes we're the ones that need it. It can be difficult to ask. Our personality for this particular role, especially in sales, is to be the answer person, the one that everybody comes to for information, not the opposite. The secret to keep in mind is that people actually like being asked to help. They feel like they can be of service to someone else, just like you do when you're practicing what we were talking about earlier. Just be sure that if you ask for help, you're very clear about what you actually need. You might be asking for just an introduction to a big time developer or really need that name of that mortgage broker that's in the room with you. Might even be asking for a review from people or a client referral to a friend or a family member. You might not always get what you want either, but there's no harm in asking for it. And then take some notes. Not all of us have a ironclad memory. As you're chatting with somebody, you're going to learn a lot about them, their interests, their career path, their kid's baseball record. While we think we're going to remember all of these details, we probably won't. Keep some careful notes, ideally in your CRM, so that whenever you reach out in the future, you can check to see how these things are going. Hey, did your son win that tournament? It helps to be thoughtful and engaged. Yes, they know what you're up to. They know you're a real estate agent, but people truly like to build a relationship with somebody. I can tell you 90% of the people that I have done business, I consider them close friends, personal acquaintances even. And occasionally it builds onto other work work associations so that we can help people out. It really helps to be thoughtful and even engaged. If you're an Office fan at all, that Michael Scott's Rolex scenes, those little nuggets of personal details like that can really start to warm in when you're leading up to trying to sign a client. Then I can't repeat this one enough. You hear this on probably every session that I'm on with you. Follow up. When an agent asks how to network as a real estate agent, this step is crucial and typically overlooked. For networking to ever be effective in every industry that you work in, you have to follow up. The follow up cadence can vary based on the relationship, obviously, but if you meet someone once and never send them an email, never send them a text again, you've wasted your time. Use your CRM to set up some type of an alert. Check the notes that you took after your last meeting. Send a message. Um, I keep all of the text messages that I have between, especially me and my clients, so I can review the conversation threads even years later if necessary to find out what did we talk about? What was the last harrowing adventure that I had with that client? Or what were the things that we discussed that I needed to get them some more information on in that text thread? You don't have to write a novel. You don't even have to write very often, but it's as simple as reaching out and sending them a social media attachment and say, hey, if you'd like to see some of the things that we were talking about in greater detail, take your time, take a look at my YouTube channel when you have a moment. Of course, the only CRM that you're going to use is the one that you like. I certainly have some favorites. My corporation has its own. We actually just signed a new agreement now that we have field tested all the integrations with our newest, latest, greatest full package CRM. The one that you're using the most is the one that is going to need to be most user friendly, most intuitive, and it's going to have automations that are going to help you easily manage leads and stay in touch with people with your networking contacts, period.